What happened to Gene Hackman and his wife Betsy Arakawa? Was their death a tragic accident? Or could there be a darker truth hiding behind the mysterious circumstances? The shocking discovery of their bodies, along with the strange and eerie details found at their secluded Santa Fe mansion, has left the public scrambling for answers. New Mexico police have confirmed that the deaths of the iconic actor Gene Hackman and his wife now warrant a full investigation, as the case appears suspicious. The couple was found under unsettling circumstances in their New Mexico home, sending shockwaves through the entertainment world. Gene Hackman, famous for his roles in films like The French Connection and Unforgiven, was beloved by fans, and the news of his passing left the world stunned. But what happened in the moments leading up to their deaths? And why was one of their dogs found in apparent distress, adding another layer of mystery to the tragic situation? The discovery began with two maintenance workers who were performing a routine service call at the Hackman home. As they approached the property, they noticed something strange. The front door was ajar, and an eerie silence hung in the air. Venturing inside, they made a grim discovery. Gene Hackman, 95, and his wife Betsy Arakawa, 65, were found lifeless in separate rooms of the sprawling mansion. The unsettling scene was compounded by the discovery of one of their three dogs, locked in a crate, lifeless and with no apparent way of escaping. At first glance, it seemed like a straightforward case, but as investigators sifted through the evidence, things quickly took a more puzzling turn. The home was in disarray, with an open prescription bottle found near Betsy's body and scattered pills in her vicinity. A tipped-over space heater was found near her, which raised questions about whether it could have caused the tragic deaths. But there were no signs of forced entry, no obvious foul play. Could this have been the result of a medical emergency or even a slow, insidious process such as chronic exposure to toxins? Gene Hackman had always kept a low profile during his retirement years. Surrounded by landscape gardens, the home was designed as a peaceful retreat, far removed from the public eye. However, the scene investigators discovered seemed at odds with this tranquil setting. The front door had been left open, but there were no signs of a break-in or struggle. Hackman was found near a side entrance with his cane and sunglasses close by, his stillness suggesting a sudden collapse. But what had truly caused his death? In another room, Betsy was found with prescription pills scattered near a bathroom countertop. Was this the result of an accidental overdose, or was something far darker at play? Initial speculations range from an overdose or even a potential double suicide, but the evidence didn't seem to fit. Everyday items around the home, such as half-drunk cups, half-read newspapers, and the two living dogs roaming in confusion, suggested that something far more complex had occurred. Tragically, one of their dogs was found dead in its crate, pointing to a timeline of events stretching beyond just a few hours. Investigators noted that dehydration or neglect might have contributed to the animal's death, implying that the couple's pets had been left uncared for over a prolonged period. As investigators delved deeper, extended family and neighbors provided new insights. Both Gene and Betsy had been meticulous with their daily routines, which made their sudden disappearance all the more baffling. Betsy was known to regularly walk the dogs, and to vanish without a trace raised alarm bells. Was this just a case of old age catching up with them, or had something more sinister occurred? Among the puzzling details was the space heater found tipped over in the bathroom. Could it have emitted toxic fumes, such as carbon monoxide? Experts ruled out that theory after testing, though the idea lingered for a while. The open prescription bottle found near Betsy's body added further complexity. Was it an overdose? Or was it an attempt to manage Gene's health? Or even a sign of tampering by someone else? As law enforcement combed through the mansion, collecting laptops, cell phones, medical records, and prescription data, it became clear that forming a definitive explanation would take time. Meanwhile, rumors and misinformation swirled across the internet, particularly after local law enforcement released censored photographs of the property. Armchair detectives began poring over every detail. A dog collar near the door, a half-eaten bowl of pet food, and a monthly planner with crossed-out appointments. Did these clues point to a deeper mystery? Theories began to emerge, some focusing on medical explanations, attributing the deaths to advanced age, heart issues, and the possibility that Betsy had frantically tried to manage Jean's final moments. Others proposed a more sinister angle, suggesting that a disgruntled relative or caretaker could have staged the scene to resemble a tragic double death. Social media platforms buzzed with speculation. Some claimed that there was a hidden fortune in the walls of the mansion, while others spoke of a mysterious phone call from Betsy, in which she allegedly mentioned someone threatening Jean. Rumors of a mysterious figure visiting the house at odd hours further fueled conspiracy theories. Some tabloids even spread genealogical rumors, suggesting that details of Hackman's life had been misrepresented, as if he were another Hollywood legend altogether. Talk shows seized upon these inconsistencies, fueling wild claims that Gene Hackman had been under FBI surveillance, or that his death was part of an elaborate cover-up. Amidst the swirling speculation, a chilling new development occurred. A viral video surfaced. It appeared to show one of Gene Hackman's dogs from the trio, discovered by authorities, lying immobile in a corner, whimpering weakly. The video, shaky and dark, captured the dog's suffering and faint background noises, which some speculated could be the sound of a dying battery in a smoke detector. The date stamp on the video, though partially obscured, placed the recording suspiciously close to the time of the couple's deaths. The video quickly gained traction online, with viewers expressing outrage. Many animal lovers demanded to know who had filmed the footage and why they hadn't intervened. The digital forensics community debated whether the video could have been staged or altered in some way. Regardless of its authenticity, the video struck a chord, amplifying public concerns about the mistreatment of animals, particularly among elderly owners who may be struggling with their health. While law enforcement offered no public confirmation regarding the video's authenticity, animal rights groups voiced concern that the situation had spiraled out of control long before authorities arrived. If the dog had died alone, it raised the terrifying possibility that Jean and Betsy might have been incapacitated or even dead for days with no one around to intervene. Friends and Hollywood colleagues of Gene Hackman began sharing insights into his life and recent state of mind. One frequent collaborator noted that despite his retirement, Gene had often spoken about his beloved pets, including the dog seen in the video, which he had rescued from a local shelter. Another friend painted Betsy as a compassionate figure, devoted to animals and involved in local humane societies. Clint Eastwood, who had worked with Hackman in Unforgiven, spoke quietly about Gene's ongoing health struggles, mentioning that although he had slowed physically, his mind remained sharp. Eastwood doubted that depression or suicidal thoughts had led to the tragic events at the mansion. Yet, despite these reflections, there were still questions. Did the couple's troubles go beyond the mundane stresses of everyday life? Was there an underlying threat that had yet to be uncovered? The mystery of Gene Hackman and Betsy Arakawa's death continues to captivate, leaving the public to wonder if the full truth will ever come to light.